Hello.
Hello.
Hello and welcome everybody to this Creating and Publishing Boom Cards for SLPs webinar. So thank you all for joining. We're seeing a lot of people joining, so this is super exciting. Thank you all for being here with us this afternoon. With us, we have Pamela and Natasha and myself, Yaniche Rosado, that works here with Boom as a professional learning specialist. So I'm super excited to be joining both Pamela and Natasha, and I'll let them introduce themselves. So Pamela, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Pamela Rowe. I am a speech language pathologist, CEO of my own private practice. I have a full schedule, just like every one of you. I'm actually in grad school at the University of Indianapolis, and I'm getting my doctorate in health sciences and actually also getting a master's in public health. So making sure that I have everything I need and all of the therapy materials at my fingertips in a very efficient manner is very, very near and dear to my heart. Natasha?
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It is such a pleasure to be here with you this evening. My name is Natasha Carby Joseph. I have a private practice here at Therapy Essentials in Orlando. And we have about knocking on 30 therapists, and they love making materials. If I have to buy one more pack of laminating paper, I need to start making my own. So this is near and dear to my heart because my therapists love making materials and specializing it for the kids that they have. And I've been pushing them to start making these available to other SLPs, and they can, have another set of income coming in. So I am so excited to be here this evening and for us all to learn, for us to show you and for us to learn as well.
Yes, so inspiring. Yeah, it is such a pleasure to be here with you guys. So this is a super packed webinar, and we're hoping to cover everything for you guys. So right now, let's go ahead and start it. So this will be all about creating for speech therapy, and I'll be showing you how to create different type of activities, and then we'll have the background and the feedback and the knowledge from Pamela and Natasha. So thank you all for being here again. And let's go over the goals of this webinar. And is that participants will learn how to create template cards for different type of activities, understand how to use boom cards for speech therapy, and also reflect on how they can start creating personalized activities for their clients. So let's move over to the agenda. So just so you know, we have already covered the goals. We'll be going over some boom cards examples for speech therapy from our publishers. We'll be showing a case example that we'll be using to create personalized decks. Then we'll be actually creating the boom cards. Then we'll have a role play where we'll be playing the boom cards and seeing them in action in a speech therapy section with Pamela and Natasha as the therapist and the client. And then at the end, I'll briefly explain how to publish, and we'll be having a Q&A. So if you have any questions, we'll be answering them at the end, and we have a Q&A box that you can leave all of your questions. And if you have any comments, you have the chat. So let's go ahead and start playing this example of boom cards for speech therapy. And these are the activities, type of activities that we'll be actually creating during the webinar. So for example, here, one of our most popular activities in Boom and that SLPs love is this one, the flashlight one. So this means the recording, okay. So here we have like some instruction. This deck is from Stacy Krause, and I believe this is to target sound. You guys know about that. And then you can choose which sound you want. And then the student or the client will drag and drop the flashlight to look for the words and items while they're practicing the words. So it will be like this. And this is one of our like most popular activities in boom cards, which is the flashlight one. So if you really love that one, you can leave that like a comment in the chat saying, I love flashlight deck. We're going to be showing you how to create it. So then the next one is this one from Graham Speech Therapy. Pretty sure you know who Amy is. So this is another one that is super popular and that everyone loves. My computer and internet is super slow. I am from Puerto Rico and I live in Puerto Rico, and we have a little storm going on right now, so bear with me. So this is the example, and then it will be like practicing at the R sound. And then here they will drag and drop the item while practicing the words. So in this case, it will be otter, otter, and that will be it. And then the other one is the pop the balloons. And this is another one that will be showing you how to create it, but not with balloons. It will be a different item. So let's go ahead and preview that. So here's the same thing, practicing sound, and then the student will click on the balloon, it will pop, and then it will appear like the item, and they will practice saying the word. So those are some of the decks that we'll be creating today. So let's go ahead without further ado. Let me close all of this so it is faster. And yeah, so now let's have Natasha that will be explaining this case that we have today.
All right, thank you. So we picked a child that we just wanted to kind of, that would be a basic, one of our basic kiddos that would be on our caseload. So we have Maria Elise. Her age is 6 years old. She's bilingual, Spanish and English. We would say she has more, instead of dysarthria, we would just say probably just has articulation delays. So her speech delays that we're going to actually target during this session would be more K or G sounds. And it can also be utilized for to work on language goals such as vocabulary. So she's interested in, now that we're in summer, this would be a perfect time to create something that's a summer theme. Because if you know us as SLPs, we love themes. We can work a theme in a minute. So so we're gonna pick the summer as a theme. And we're gonna have fish, and this one, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one where we're gonna do the popping the bubbles.
Right.
Well, we're gonna have bubbles, but we're gonna just create from here. Okay.
Thank you, Natasha.
No problem.
Now let's go ahead and start creating those boom cards. And I was looking at the chat, and I love seeing everyone, like some people saying they love the flashlight activity, and some are saying that they have never seen the flashlight activity. So, and I saw someone saying that they're glad they joined. So this is exciting. So let's go ahead and start to learn how to create this type of boom cards. So if you haven't created any boom cards before, this is where you go. You'll go to the studio section, which is this one over here. And here you will find lots of things, lots of pages. So here's where you find your assets to create your boom cards. So you can see we have images, we have sounds, we have fonts. And if you start to sell your boom cards, you can create bundles and also upload printables to sell with your boom cards. So that will be like for later. We do have a lot of webinars on creating, on selling. So if you want to learn more, we'll be sharing the links in the chat, or you can go to our YouTube page to learn more after this webinar. So for this one, I'm going to show you, if you click on images, you go here, and this is where you can edit, you can remove the background of your images, you can add, let me click on one, you can edit the details. So if you want to add a name to it, so it will be easier for you to look for it while you're creating, here's where you do that. And you can also, like I said, remove the background, crop the image, anything you need to do, you do it from the images page. And then if you go to sound, it will be the same thing. You can upload sounds. If you're thinking of selling, it is super important to have sound and images that you have the license, like commercial license to use those images and sound when you're selling any material. So just keep that in mind. But if you're just using your voice, we do have a very new feature that is voice recorder. So if you plan to record any instructions or sounds, you now can do that from here, from the sounds page. You just click on that, click start, and let's say I'm going to say hello. Hello. And then you can listen to yourself. Hello. I waited too much. And then you can choose if you want to do it again or if you want to upload it. And as simple as that, you can start personalizing decks for your students. You can add, like I mentioned, special sounds, your voice to it for those like practicing sound, etc., or instructions. So let's go back to the studio. And then if you have a special font that the client loves or you love, you can also upload them in here, the font side. But now that we're creating the decks, let's go to the decks page. And here you'll see a list. I have a lot of untitled decks. I love creating. So I do have like, I don't know how many decks I have, but I do create a lot. But here you'll see the list of decks that you have created. From here, you can move to your library, you can share with a colleague, and all of that from the action button here. And again, if you want to learn more about that, you can see watch our YouTube channel to watch more webinars about that. Here, we're going to focus on this specific decks. So to create a new deck, let's go to this button over here that says new deck. You click on that and it will open a blank new deck. And so I'll briefly explain. This is called the deck editor. This is where you edit your decks. And so at the top, you'll see the top bar that you can undo or redo everything you do. You can check the details of your deck, which is where you change the title, you change the cover image that the students and the clients see if you assign it. So keep that in mind. You can put a description, the price, and all of that is from here at the top in the details of the deck. Then while you're creating, you may want to see how your deck is going. So you may want to preview, and I use this a lot. So once I finish setting up my card, I go ahead and preview to see if it's okay, if it's running okay. So you can do that from here, and also you can print from the deck editor. Then if you see here in the left toolbar, you can see like the cards action or the widgets. So here's where you add text, button, images, caption pick. This is super cool. I was showing Natasha and Pamela. This was super requested because here you can add an image with a caption, and if you make it a draggable or a correct or wrong answer, it will all stay together. So you don't have to go over adding an image, adding a text, adding a border. You don't have to do that. We already did that for you. So that is caption pick. We also have fractions if you're using that, multiple choice with picture. We have fill in the blank for those like high school or adult clients. We can have sound, like I mentioned. You can record yourself from here also. And you can add videos from Vimeo using a link. So for this one, the first one that we are going to be creating is the Pop the Bubbles. So actually, I miss this right-hand toolbar. So like you do in every other platform, you have here, you can change the font, the size, the color of the font. And here is where you can make every like item a correct or wrong answer. Here you can make it a draggable, a drop zone. You can duplicate it so you don't waste time or like do the same work twice. If you really love this setting, you can just duplicate it and you don't have to go over it again. So you can also change the position, the size, rotate it, centralize the item, align it. And also this one is see order. This one will be super important while we're creating this type of activities. And I'll be explaining to you while we go over step by step. The item, then you can change the border, and here you can change the background. So those are like the default like actions that you can do from the right-hand toolbar. So the first one, like I said, that we're going to create is the Pop the Bubbles deck. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to split my screen so we can keep this here. And I'm going to do this. Let me see if this works. Okay. I'm going to have it like that. Let me know if that works in the chat or if you see it like super small, and also Natasha and Pamela. That's good? Okay. So then we have the Pop the Bubbles, and we, perfect, thank you. And we do remember that our little girl loves summer, fish, and bubbles. So that's what we are going to be adding to this deck. So right now, the first thing that we have here is add the background image. And that is something that I like to do first. And it's because it's like set up your mind to what you want to do and start making on that. So now we're going to be doing that. And I told you that that is from the right-hand toolbar. If you scroll down, you see here, you click background image. And I actually have it here, but let's say right now, if you're following with me, even though I know I'm going pretty quickly, that's why I wanted to share like the steps in the presentation. If you don't have like this image, you can actually buy images or get images from the Boom store. So in this case, I can actually go here and type beige. And you can see we'll have a lot. I already like purchased some, but you can just click on it and say buy now, and you can get that, and it will add it to your library of images for you to start creating your Boom cards. So you can do that, or you can just get images from authors, like author images that sell, and upload them to your library. So that will be over here. If you have images that you draw yourself, I do that. So I'll just go here and upload those images. So now I'm going to choose this background. And then the next step is add items to look for or to search for. And it could be an image or a caption pic, which is the one that I show you. And I really love this because it helps us, our students, that they don't, like the ones that don't read yet, it will help them with that like icon and all that stuff. So I really love using caption pic. So I'm going to add that to the cart. And how you do that, you take the widget and you drag and drop it into the cart, and then you can edit it. And then to change the image, you double click. So here I double click, and then let's say, as we mentioned, that we're practicing the k sound. So I'm going to look for a crab that lives in the sea. So here I have a GIF, I have this, all of these images. I'm going to use this one, and I just select it. And as you can see, the caption pic, like I told you, gives you like the border and also like the caption. So same thing, double click and then change it and edit it. So now we have our crab with the name. And I actually love this font, JM print. And I was telling Pamela and Natasha that I love it because it has like the A like this, like how you write it. So I really like that. And then I would like to remove this background. So I'll move to the right-hand toolbar right here. And where it says border, I'm going to just remove it, 0. And now we have it like this.
Yanni, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
As we're talking about images, if someone brings in images, what format does it have to be in?
Great
Is it
question.
JPEG? Is it, yeah.
Yeah, it could be JPG and also PNG. It could be either, and you can upload GIFs also. So for example, I have one here. This one is actually a GIF. So you can also upload GIFs, or you can get this one. I purchased it from the Boom store. So you can have both. But great question. Thank you, Natasha. So I'm going to resize this crab because I think it is super large right now. So what I told you, it will keep it together. So what I'll do is I'll make this the correct answer. So that student or the client can tap on it and they will hear the ding for the instant feedback. So I'll go to the right-hand toolbar, and where it says answer options, I'll click correct, and it will make like this green square letting you know that that is set up as a correct answer. If I choose this to be incorrect or wrong, it will have that red border. So that's how you know while you're creating which items you're setting up as correct or as wrong answers. So let me change that back to correct. And actually, let me move this up. So this is called a container, the caption pic. And what it do is actually contains an image and a text. So this is good. That's why you can move things around the container. So now let's go ahead and add the bubble picture. Well, actually, I'm going to add the little fish here because I love it. So image, add it here, and oh, I have it right here. I don't have to look for it. Okay. So here's the fish that is making the bubbles. And now step 3, we add the bubble picture. Again, picture, like image. And then let's look for a bubble. And you see how easy and quickly it is if you add the actual like name to the photo. I just type bubble and I can look for it. So I'm going to choose this one and then resize it using this blue box and like the line. So I wanted to hide the crab, and there you have it. And then step 3 says add the bubble picture and set it as hide when tapped. So this one, we go here to the right hand toolbar and it says hide when tapped. So this appear if you click on the item. So if I don't have any item selected, you see like it doesn't, you cannot see that option. But if you click on the item, you can see hide when tapped. So you can click on that and then put it on front of the item and then duplicate. So now we're just going to duplicate the bubble and let's resize it because I really like how it looks like with different sizes. And just duplicate and you see how easy it is. I don't have to go over again, like choosing the bubble image, adding the image. I don't have to go over that. I just duplicate, resize, and it already has the hide when tapped action. So that's one tip. Just use that duplicate and also in like the cards, that is a must. And then add text with instructions. So now, let me move this like to make space for the instructions. And now I wanted to add text, which is the first one. Double click to edit, and I'll say find the crab. And let's see, Natasha and Pamela, what will you add like after finding the crab? He will need to say the word. What do you want me to type?
So we can say find the crab, or we can say find the animals, or whichever one. I would say find the animals.
Okay.
Yes.
Find
So
the
is there's
The
just
sea
going
animals.
to be, yeah, there's just going to be one crab there, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And do we
so
want to
find-
put a bubble in front of the over the fish too?
So in this case, the
Yeah.
activity is more like finding the crab. So
Okay, so okay.
Yeah, because we're
Okay.
practicing that sound.
Okay, I see
Right.
what you're saying. So if we did find the crab and
Say it 10 times.
yes.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I love that you say that, like say it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Say it 10 times. And I love
Yeah.
that because you can actually add 10 crabs there and they can
Mhm.
just pop, 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 pop. And every time they pop,
Right.
they can say it. So that I
Okay.
love. So I will add a sound to it just to make it a little bit more fun. So I already
Mhm.
have a sound feature here that is like bubbles. So I will add that, but you can look for sounds and again in a page that gives you commercial use license. So I'll take sound, I add it here. Let's see if it loads.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll just skip the sound because yeah, my internet, I'll just refresh.
And we gotta remember to change animal to crab
Okay,
with the
perfect.
instruction. Mm-hmm.
Someone had a question, great question. I think the way that anyone chooses any SLP, SLPA, intern decides to create that, it's absolutely up to you. So
Yes.
you can have a crab behind each one. You can have, whatever you want. You can have just find the crab and maybe it's just behind one of the bubbles, but they still have to say, okay, instead of saying crab, say something else we find in the sea. It could be anything you want as they are searching for the crab. So
Yeah.
it's just a way to make it engaging and fun in order to work on those goals in your therapy session.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I love that you mentioned that. I've seen some SOPs like using like the puppet toy, and they can be like, okay, so say it 10 times, and they can be like popping that, or you can even add more bubbles here and be like 10 times while they pop the bubbles. So let's go ahead and see how this is looking, and we're using the preview at the top bar. So here, I added the bubbles
Okay.
feature. And then the client will be like popping to see where the crab is. And as you can see, like we set it up, the image of the bubble will disappear once they pop it. So here they pop it. Ooh, there's the crab.
We found the crab.
And they can practice the word. And then once they finish practicing, let's say they did it like perfectly, they can just be like, ding, and they continue playing. So this is the pop the bubbles with hide images when tapped. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it, and I won't be like, taking more time. So I'll use duplicate button over here. This one, what it will do, it will duplicate what you have. And I just noticed that I added this in the template card, and this is super important. Everything you add to the template card, it will appear in the rest of the cards. You can remove it, and I'm going to show you right now. But let's say I'm adding this image. Look at the rest of the cards. You see that it appears in the rest. I don't have to go page by page and adding. So let's go here. Let's remove this. And then let's remove the crab. And now let's move to pop the bubbles with chain images. And this is another way you can do like that, the pop the bubbles game, or pop the balloons, or anything else. Oh, I know what happened. There you go. There you go. Okay. And now, so what you want to do with the chain images, this feature, what it does is you add an image, which is like the face that you will see in the card. And then when you tap the image, what it will do, it will show all of the other images that you added, or like that you chained to the first one. So that's that feature. So for this one, the top photo or image that I want is the bubbles. So I'll choose this one, resize it. And then I want, after they tap on this image, I want the crab to appear. So I'll go to the right-hand toolbar and I'll click add chain images, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see. If you scroll down, this is the button that you want, okay? Add chain images. And I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to look for the photo or the picture that I want to show after. So I'll go ahead and look for the crab, tap on it. And here you'll see that it added the other image, and you can add up to 9 images. So the client can still like tap, 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 and you can show up to 9 images after the first one. So let's just this. And then since we already have this set up as hide when tap, I'm going to leave it like that. But if you see the steps here, I added add background image, add bubble image, add the crab image to the bubble image using chain, and then add the bubble images and set it as hide when typed and duplicate. So it is kind of the same steps that we were doing for before, but with the chain images, with only the one that we have, the crab. And then play. So let's go ahead and have this, and same, they will hide. But for this one, when they tap it, they see the crab. So the first one, if they tap on it, it won't come back. So if I tap on this bubble, it won't come back. It just hide and goodbye. This one, chain images, it goes back. So if the student tap it again, it will show again the first one, okay? So it will continue. So that's the other way you do like the pop, the bubbles, deck and activity. So
Johnny,
now,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you, but Alyssa had a really good question, and I thought I might ask while you're in this activity.
Yeah.
She asked, is there a way to hear the bubble sound when it's popped?
When it's popped, that's a good question. Um,
Is there a
I'm
way you could create a popping sound, and then when they click on it, the sound file is in the background, or it's attached to the background of that bubble image, and it plays when you click it.
um, I think maybe we can look for a workaround, but yeah, since it's hiding it, well, maybe what we can do is we can have the sound and it is, let me see if I can go back. Yeah. I want to zoom out. Oh, it is already zoom out. Because I have the split. So this is super important that we're going to be covering in the other one. But here, this all here that you can see is the order of the items in your cart. So if something is behind and all that stuff, this is where you'll see it. So right now, I'm guessing it's this sound. No, the other one. This sound. And let me see if I can go to see order, which is what I was telling you before. Let's just move it to the front. Yeah. I think it is there. Maybe that's a workaround. But that's I know. Now you got me thinking, now I'll be up all night looking for a workaround to do that.
I wonder if it doesn't work with chained images or something like that. But normally, I think that would work.
Yeah, because I thought that maybe the sound will have hide one tab, but it is only for images. So maybe that's a good feature that we can ask, to add to the deck editor. So thank you for that. If I find a workaround, I'll let you know. So this is something good that we have here in Boom, is that you can find like many ways to create your boom cards and make them like super unique. So I'll probably find a way and let you know. So let me put this back in. So that's how you pop the bubbles with chain images. So if you have any question with this game, I'll put it in the Q&A box and we'll cover it in the next one at the end, okay? Perfect. And now we have, okay, let's go back to this. Okay, now we are creating, oops, sorry for that. The flashlight one. So I know this was requested and everyone is super excited. And I just gotta let you know, this is one of the simplest activities that you can actually create in Boom. Okay, so now you'll be mind blown with how easy this is. So from this webinar, I want you guys to finish with like a deck that have different activities that you can clone that deck and just remove the activities that you don't want and just continue to use it, because you can change these bubbles for balloons. You can change this fish for a clown. So this will be your template and you can just adapt it or change it to, the interest of your client and what you actually like. And if you're in February and Valentine's Day, you can change this for hearts or like kind of that stuff. So think of this as a template. So now I'm going to, well, actually, I'll need to create a new one. Don't make the mistake of doing it in the template card. So I'm going to the first card, and let's go ahead and create the flashlight card. So if you didn't create using the template card, I will suggest that you use this button, the plus button, and create them in the same deck, okay? So let's go ahead and see how we create this flashlight decks. So again, we'll continue with the same theme, the summer theme. So first step, background image. Let's look at it here. We have it. Then add item to search for. So same thing. I'm going to be adding the caption pic again, and I'll go pretty fast just so you see, because I already explained this. And also you can see how quickly you can actually create it if you practice. So remove border, and there we have the crab. And now let me actually put it like here. And now let me see. Step 3, add text with instructions. So add in here, and it says find the orange fish. Oh, actually it wasn't the crab now that I see it. So let's just delete that. Let's look for the fish.
Well, we could have other things on there because they gotta be looking, so it's fine to have the crab.
That's true. That's true. There you go. Find the crab. Okay, and now it says, after you add the text, let's change the color to white. So let's go to the top and look for white. I'm going to make this bold and also change it to my favorite font. And then we're going to set it up as a draggable. So now we're starting with the draggables. So in the right-hand toolbar, select draggable. And then step 4, add flashlight image. So take image widget, put it in the card, and let's look for flashlight. And we do have a lot, and I'm going to actually show you a lot of flashlight images in the Boom store. So if you're like, how'd they create that image with, you don't have to. You have lots of flashlight here that you can get. So my favorite one is this one. So this is the secret sauce. So what you do, you see I already have that transparent circle to it. You're going to enlarge this flashlight image so it fits the item that we're looking for, in this case, the crab. So let's keep enlarging. And here we have it. So you see how it is like that, but if you preview it right now, it will have that static image. So how do we make the flashlight move? Make it a draggable. So enlarge it and set it up as a draggable. But now, as you can see, it covered the instruction because we added the instructions first, then the flashlight, so it's covering the instructions. So we go to this table over here and the right-hand toolbar, and we go to that C order that I told you earlier, and we're going to select rear. And what that will do, it will have the instructions back, okay, like here. So there you go. So now you can see in the instructions, and you see why we make them white, because then now you can see like the instructions with the flashlight background. So that is it. Those are the 5 steps. Now let's go ahead and move the flashlight over here and let's preview it. So now you have find the crab, and then the client can touch the flashlight and move and look around, and we can even have more items. And like I was talking to Pamela, and she was like, we can actually have more items and be like, oh no, that's not the crab, look for the crab. And then the client can be like, oh, here it is. And that's how you create the flashlight activity. So let me know in the chat if you knew that you can, in 5 steps, you can create the flashlight activity. So let's see, how much time do we have? Okay, so let's go to the last activity of today. And it's the drag and drop. And so this one here. Now, like I told you, you can just select the plus button here and it will add a blank new card. And so for this one, we want to practice the sound still. So we're still using the crab. And what we'll do is we'll practice being, like I told you with the otter, it will be like crab, crab. But the student or the client will be putting the crab in the bucket, which is another word that has the sound. And the crab will disappear. So it will be inside the bucket. So how do we do that? Same steps, background image, change it here. And now step 2, add the bucket image. And this one, I purchased it from the Boom store. So you can actually find it if you're looking right now. Let's just resize it and I'll put it in the corner here. And then it says, make it a drop zone. So when you're playing drag and drop, you need a drop zone. So where the dragables will be like, going to. So this will be the drop zone where the crabs will be going. And then we're going to duplicate that. So we have the drop zone with the bucket. And then let's choose duplicate. And now we have 2, as you can see, 2 drop zone. But this second one, we're going to make it a draggable. And this is the secret sauce for the crabs when you put it in the draggable, for it to be to hide, because you have 2 layers and so it will be in the middle. So now that we've done that, let's go to step 4 and it will be add items to drag. So again, in this case, I'm going to only use the image. So let's use crab. Resize it. And what do we do? Does anyone know? We go to the right-hand toolbar and we make it a draggable.
Duplicate. Oh,
Duplicate.
draggable.
Yes! Love it. Yeah, exactly. You make it a draggable so you don't have to keep making them a draggable. And you
Okay.
duplicate. Perfect. I love that. Just duplicate and duplicate. And this is what we were saying earlier. If you're doing 10 trials, just duplicate and have 10 items for him or her or them to just be like, okay, duplicate. What? 3, 5, 3. Okay. And then now we have 10 crabs. And these are draggables, and this is the drop zone. And then we have select oh yeah, now because all of these draggables, the crabs, we made them be in front of the bucket. We take the bucket and take it to the front. Here it is. So see order, front. And then we can add the instructions and say, put each crab into the bucket. Let's move this one. And now when we preview it, we go move it and the client could be crab. And just, you see, the crab disappears. And this is how you will use it, like crab, and it will continue practicing that sound. So we can actually, this is the last one. Let me go really quick. I'll go really quick and you can watch the recording, but you can use, thank you. You can use sounds. So I'm going to duplicate this and just like remove all of this, delete. And then I'm going to show you how you can actually add sound to this. So I take the sound and select this one. You can record it from here. Voice recorder, start. Crab. Upload. And I select crab. And you see how easy it is. And I just added there. And then to this sound, I'm going here and changing the background to it. And now I make it a draggable. And I'm going to allow voice. So here, this feature is new and the student or client can record themselves so they can compare if they're saying it right. So if you click on preview, click on it, crab, you can hear how it sounds. And then, wait, I didn't actually click on the allow voice. I told you guys and I didn't. Okay, preview, listen how it sounds, record, start. Crab, and then play. Oh, I'm still recording, right? Okay, let me just go back. Crab. Yeah, I'm doing this one super fast. Let's just take it like, okay. Yeah, I'm guessing it's my internet, like I told you, but the feature is that the client click here and it records their voice and they can listen to it. And then they can listen it again or hit it and then crab drop it into the bucket. So those are the activities that we're doing today. I don't know, I think we have like 4 minutes to do a role play. So which card do you want to play? Let's say, I believe Natasha will be the therapist and Pamela will be the client. So Pamela, which card do you want to play?
Oh, I want to play with the bucket.
Okay, this one or this one?
The
This
first one with all the twabs.
Perfect. Okay. So let the show begin.
Okay, Pam, how are you doing
I want
today?
some candy. I want
Oh.
some candy.
We're not going to do any candy today, Pam. We don't do candy in speech. So, so Pam, can you tell me what sounds that we're working on?
The Tay sound.
Oh no, we use the front of our tongue. Pam, what part of our tongue are we supposed to use to make our k sound?
The bat. The bat.
Oh, it is the back, but we're still using the front of our tongue, but we're going to get the back of our tongue going. All right, Pam, can you open up and use the back of your tongue and let's say our k sound? Oh, good job, Pam. Good job. Woo! All right, Pam. So now we have our crab activity, and we are going to put our crabs in the bucket. But instead of saying the word crab, we're just going to say the k sound for each crab we put in the bucket. Can we do that today, Pam? Oh,
Yes.
all right. I'm so excited. So let's go ahead and put our crabs in the bucket. We have 10 crabs. Are we ready, Pam?
Yes, Miss
All right.
Tatasha.
All right. So let me hear you say your k sound again before we put them in. Oh, good job, Pam. We woke up our tongue this evening. Okay, let's go. So Pam, I'm going to pretend that you're the one that's moving these crabs, okay? All right.
Okay.
So, Pam.
Okay.
Oh, good job. All right. So Pam, let's go ahead and move our crab into the bucket. Let's go ahead and say the k sound. Good job, Pam. Yay. All right, that was one. Let's do another one, Pam. Let's go. Good job, Pam. We got 2 crabs in the bucket. Let's go again. Good job, Pam. Keep going. Good, you're using the back of your tongue. This is so exciting. Let's go.
Ta.
Oh, Pam. Oh, that's the front of our tongue. What part of our tongue are we using?
The bat.
That's right. Let me hear that cut again. All right, good job, Pam. Let's do it again. We have 5 more to go. Let's go. Let me hear it. Good job, Pam. Let's go. You're using the back of your tongue. Let's go.
Ka,
Good job. All right. Let's go.
ka.
All right, Pam, let's not add that though. Let's just do the sound, okay? Let's go. Good job. Let's do one more time, Pam. Let's go. Woo! Pam, we did it. Good job. You did a great job using the back of your tongue. All right.
Perfect. Oh my God, I love that. Thank you, Pamela and Natasha, SLPs, and now also actresses. So I love that. I'm seeing a lot of comments saying that this is literally a day in the life of a speech section. I love it. So thank you for that. And now here, after playing, to show you how to publish boom cards, we're actually just going to let you know that if you plan on getting like that extra, income, and you want to start selling those amazing activities that you create after this webinar, you need a publisher membership. And what this will do is this will give you access to all of our features, like creating features, and also the most important thing, it will give you the seller's license. So this is the most important thing about the membership. You receive that license to start selling your boom cards. So don't think about it, just start selling, just start creating, and then if you love it so much, start selling your boom cards and you can get that extra income. So that will be all for now. Let's just open it to questions in this last minutes that we have. First, I want to thank Natasha and Pamela. You guys are amazing. I love that role play. Thank you very much. And let's see our questions. So we have, are the sounds options available once we need to purchase, or do we need to purchase a commercial license to use them? So I'm not sure if we have sounds in the store right now. We don't. Maybe that will come in the future, but there are platforms that offers and that you can download sounds with commercial use. Just you'll need to do this research to just find those, and you can upload them if you have that commercial use license. So but you can also, if you have like a trumpet and you're using the trumpet sounds, you can just record it in the studio. So that's another way to use sound. So thank you for your question. What's a good resource for finding commercial available sounds? So I'll say just Google. I don't know if anyone else have any other like ideas, but in my experience, what I've done is I literally have searched for sound effects commercial use. Like those are the keywords that I use. And I look for one platform that gives me that, and many sounds, some people are sharing in the chat. Thank you for that. Some platform, they will ask you to get a membership either for free just to get your information, or you need to pay. So that's what you need to do. So that's how I got the bubble sounds. Thank you for your questions. And then if we create boom cards specifically for our students, do they have to be published for everyone, or can they stay in your library? Perfect question. Thank you. So you don't need to publish for everyone. If you get a premium membership, not the publisher one, you can create for your student. So let me see if I can open it to show you real quick. So let's say I'm using this one for my students. Oh no, that is already published. Let's say I'm using this one, which is on title. I'll go to the action.
Johnny,
You
can
can't
you
see.
zoom?
There we
Zoom? Oh yeah. So here's like the deck that I want to use for my students. And then
It's
I
not
click on,
sharing. I don't think it's sharing. I'm not seeing what you were what you're showing.
oh right, I stopped. Thank you for that. Um, okay, here it is. Thank you, sorry about that. So let's say I'm using this one and I'll just go to actions and I'll click private. And what that will do is add it to your library. So if I go here, library, and I'll see self-published, these are the ones that I purchased, you'll see it here. So that's the only thing that you need to do. And then you can just share the link, the Hyperplay link, or just assign it to your students from there, assign it. But it's just like click private and that will take it to your library. So that's how you do it for your students. You can even like add photos of them to make it like personalized. So thank you for your question. I think I heard that in the image section, you can delete background. Is that correct? Yes, it is. You go to the studio images. Let me see if I have one. Maybe this one. And you click edit image from the image section. Let's say if it works, I don't know, like for this one, but if you click remove background, yeah, maybe for one that is like full, or maybe it's my internet again. Sorry about the storm. Yeah,
I
maybe
think
we.
it said that you had it in use. You may have had it in use, so it didn't want to remove the
Oh,
background.
yeah, you're correct. Let me try this one. Well, maybe this one is also in use. Yeah. Let's just try it just in case. Yeah, there you go. Maybe that one because it has a lot of things. But as you can see, you can go here, click remove background, and you can remove it from here. So that's one. Thank you for that. Our boom card switch accessible. So we actually have a webinar next week all about accessibility, and we'll be talking about adding alt text, adding sounds, like all of that next week with our CEO Eric Omeg. So or like yeah. Yeah, it is all about accessibility. So if you're interested on that, we'll be sharing links to register and more information after. So thank you for asking that. Can we share with our students via Google Classroom? Yes, you can. And we do have a Intro to Boom tomorrow, and our team member Kyle does show how you can use Google with your students. So if you're interested in learning more on that, tomorrow. So we'll be covering all of how you can use in Boom Learning, the platform in general. So thank you for asking that. And then I'm looking like repetitive. Is the team able to share information related to publisher subscription? Yes, thank you. Yes, so if team can add that in the chat, that will be great. Thank you. I did not see one on, yeah, that's about the link, sorry. What percentage of selling price is the publisher paid? That's a really good question. I believe it's 50%. To Kyle, correct me if I'm wrong.
It depends where you're selling your boom cards. So you can sell it in our boom store, and we actually give you 85% of the proceeds. But you could also sell it on an external website. kind of like your own website, your blog, your newsletter. And if you sell it there, it would, I think there's a 10% service fee.
I'm seeing that. Is there an undo function? If you remove background by accident and you want to undo that function to put it back on. From here, I believe we don't, from like the editing image. But that is a really good feedback. Thank you for that. We should add that in like the editing for our development team. So thank you for that. From the studio, we do have that undo button that everything you do, you can undo or redo. So you can just do the same thing. So I think those were the questions. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything. But yeah, so we have finished today's webinar. Thank you all for joining. And again, thank you, Natasha and Pamela, for being here with us, for doing that amazing role play. We are sharing their Instagrams and all their social, all the information. Please go ahead and follow them. And remember that we have tomorrow our Intro to Bloom webinar, and next week we have our accessibility webinar. So if you want to learn more all about that, make sure to register, and we'll see you in our next webinar. So thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.